Good morning, sunshines. We are back in the garden again. I've been spending a lot of time in the hill garden. I still have to make my way over there eventually again, but today we're going to work in the shade garden. And I got those plants that from Lowe's. I went on a little venture. Well, I went on a little venture a few times, of course. It just never ending. It's never ending. But I grab these. Let me know if you have any experience with these. These are Japanese spurge, and it's more of a ground cover, and you put it in the shade area. I thought these were really cute. I had grabbed a few of them, two of them actually, the other day on a trip. And I put them in the shade garden. I said, well, you know what? Let me get a couple more so I can fill in some areas. And what I discovered, of course, just like a lot of the plants, you can go ahead and divide these. And so right out the container, although I purchased two, I got 5 plants. And the specs on this plant, this Japanese spurge, is to keep it moist, of course, for the first year. Um, the average mature size is only 6 to 12 inches in height, so it doesn't get tall. So it's reached its peak, and 12 to 18 inches wide. And so I'm going to use this as a little cute ground cover. I'll show you where I put the other ones the other day, and where we're going to put these when I get over there. I actually grabbed 2 more, and I can already tell in here that I'm going to get 2 plants out of this. This one, I might even get 3 or 4, but we'll see. And then I was able to grab this sedum. As you all can see, I'm trying to do get some ground covers. I do have over there the Proven Winters, what is that called? Um, I gotta think of it. When I get over there, maybe I left a tag, but I'll show you all. But that's annual, so I don't think it's coming back next year. I also do have some other ground covers over there, like Candy Tough. I also have Phlox, the low Phlox. And then, like I said, that other, I forgot what it's called, but I'm gonna divide this and put this in a couple of spots too. And then I was able, and this is a sedum. This one is called Stone Crop. Angelina. This is an Angelina Stone Crop. I like this one. I love the color. Like, it gives a brightness. Then this one will not go in a shady garden or part shade garden. This one needs to go in full sun. This is yarrow. It's pink. I have yellow yarrow, but look at that when it does bloom. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. And so I'll cut it back and everything. It's been over here for a few days, but the specs on this is 10 to 12 inches in height and 10 to 12 inches in width. Blooms in the summer. This one wants 6 plus hours of direct sun. And so we're going to get this one in the ground too, but that's going to go in a sun area. I actually think this one will be on our hill garden. I actually know it will be, because I'm thinking in my head where I said I was going to put this. So this right here is a plant that I purchased a while back, and I had them in the ground and they began to die for whatever reason. It is the Jacob's ladder, and this is in recovery, but it's doing so well. It is a shade plant. I looked, thankfully I keep my containers. I have 3 of them. That one looks the best out of them all. This is, and they've been over here. Now this is all new growth. And here's the other one that's all new growth. I put them in a different container because at the time I didn't know where the original containers were. But this is a Touch of Class Jacob's ladder plant. It's a shade plant, and I think although I have them in the shade garden, there is a section where it gets sun. I have one still planted over there. I have 3 here, 1 over there. I had a total of 6, but obviously I lost 2. And so that just died back. But that plant only wants 1 to 3 hours of morning sun. It needs to stay moist. And that's the other thing I think that happened. I have it planted not too close to a tree, but close enough that I'm thinking that it was drying out, because when I did dig them up, they were dry. And so I wasn't giving them enough water. They bloom in the spring. Their mature size is 4 to 16 inches in height and 16 to 20 inches wide. And so now that I have the tags, I'm going to make sure I made tags for them. As you can see, my little own tag, but I'm going to keep an original tag. So I don't know if I'm going to put them in the ground today. I was debating it, but what I think I might do is just sit them, because they've been in this area over here underneath a table in the shade. But what I think I'm going to do is just sit them in that area in these pots to see how they do before I put them in the ground. So we're going to get over there to that area. Let me grab my gorilla cart so we can head over there. So this is where we're going to be working in this glorious spot today. Now I do have to be careful because I have some columbine, and I brought the tags over for it because the columbine is dying back because it's been so hot. And so what I understand is that although columbine can die back, it can go through the summer. If it gets too hot, it will start dying back. So I'm going to assume that it's dying back. So I'm going to tag those spots, make sure I put a tag where my columbine is so that if it dies back, I know not to plant there. My plans are not to do a whole lot of planting anyways when things start dying back until possibly next spring. But I am going to be tagging a lot of things to make sure I don't plant over them. That's the goal. And so let me flip you all around. So this is a place, as I said, we're going to work in today. And so as you can see, like I have columbine here that is died back. My understanding is that it will die back when it gets too high. And we've been, 95 and humidity so high that I think that it just can't take it. I have things eating on my plants. I have so much going on, it feels like. Right here's another columbine that I'm tagging. So I have some of the tags and I'm going to tag them. Then I have this corbel that I moved, and I'm not sure if that is going to make it. I might take it out and baby it and head over to Lowe's and grab another one, because they did have some more on clearance the other day when I was there, but I didn't pick any of them up. So I'm going to assume they might have some, or go check to see if they still have some. This is that Jacob's ladder that I was talking about. This is that plant. This one's doing fine. And I think because when I realized like it needed more water and stuff and how dry the other ones were, I started coming over here making sure I watered this particular one, and it seems to be doing fine. And so I'm going to try to keep up on that. But the other ones in the pots that have been recovering, I'm going to just sit them somewhere over here, because they were all, I had 6 of them all planted along here. But when those died back, I went and moved some of my corbels to the front, and I went and split a hosta and put a hosta there. Now the Japanese spurge that we're going to plant over here today, these are the ones that I already put in the ground, and I think they look cute. These are the ones that I had 2 of them and end up getting 5 plants out of the 2 that I bought. And those plants were only $2 because they were also clearance plants. And so I'm thinking that I want to put the other Japanese spurge right around this sedum area, like up in here. I have some sedum right here, and then I can't think of the name of these. Y'all know me with names. I'm not going to remember every name, not yet. But I have one of those right there. Here, there is one right here, but still, I think coming around, and if I need more, I'll go back because they had plenty of this. And so I did look up that Japanese spurge, and my understanding is that it's not invasive to my area. So that is one thing you want to check. But as far as that sedum, here is the sedum that I was telling you about, that it says annual for the proven winter sedum. I really love that sedum because it gives like a burst of color, but I don't know if it's going to come back next year. So if it does, that'll be great, but I can still plant some sedum right here. And then I have some phlox that's low. And then I have another one of those sedums. And I have a piece of phlox. It's not dead. Something was over here digging, as you can see. So hopefully it doesn't die. But the thing about sedum is you can just take a piece and plant it somewhere. And then, so I'm just trying to line this bed right here. And so I'm going to be tagging some things and I'm going to plant some things, but let's get the sedum in the ground first, and then we'll go ahead and see what we do with that Japanese spurge. Okay. Now with this sedum, you don't need to put any fertilizer. You don't really have to use fertilizer for your plants. I just do sometimes, and I'm going to use what I have today. And I have like some basic fertilizer. I don't have my typical, the ones I told you I like to use, the Espoma. So I'm gonna use I really have some bone meal and some vegetable fertilizer you're gonna probably see me use, but neither one of these ground covers need it. So the only plant that I'll probably use it for maybe the yarrow. But okay, let's look at this sedum and see if it has a splitting point, or do I just want to leave it whole. Sometimes that's in your best interest, but as you can see, there are pieces falling, and if you take those pieces and you stick them in the ground because they have roots on them, they're just gonna grow. And so as I'm trying to do that, that's what's happening. So I'm gonna just stick it in the ground full, and then I'll take those little pieces and stick them somewhere. I'm gonna put a little piece over here, and if you see the piece, it has a little, I don't even know if y'all can see it. You see it has that little root? That little root is fine. That little root right there will definitely grow into a nice plant. The thing with sedum, wherever they touch the ground is where they're going to grow. Trying to make sure I'm not making no accidents. I don't know if something was planted here. Let me see. No, I don't see anything. I don't think y'all could even see me. But I just stuck that little piece right there. I stuck it right here. Now I'm going to take a couple more of these pieces. As you all can see, they have roots. And I'm just going to stick them in different places. There are 2 plants in here. And all I'm going to have to do with this plant, as long as it has roots, the other one, you're fine. 2 plants. Clear. It was a clear divide. Let's check this one right here. Clean or clear divide. You see, it's like a clear divide right there. There's one. It's like 3 divisions, I think. Let me see. And then we have a new shoot coming up. So we know we have this plant right here. It's okay if the dirt leaves. as long as you have the roots. It's okay if the dirt falls off, I should say. So that's one plant from there. I think this is a clean divide too. Let me look. Yeah, because there's roots there. Checking it out. Yep. So 5 plants once again out of 2 plants for $4. But, and so see how all that dirt came off and it has roots? But look, this is what you care about. Getting these roots in the ground right there. That's it. So. We'll get 2 more of these to fill in all the way around this stump if I want. I think stick one right here. And what I'll do is I'll take one of the tags and just stick it with one of the plants so I can remember. And I'll put it to the one in the back. So we got that in. So I think the spot, I'm going to just take these Jacob ladders and put them by the tree. And keep an eye on them and see how they do. Something was over here digging again. Oh, it doesn't, whatever it is, it's not digging up the plants. It's just digging around them. It's just so weird. I don't know if it's a bunny rabbit or what. So we'll keep an eye on those before we put them in the ground. And then we'll think about what to do about that heuchera. But let me bring you in close to show you what we, look at my hat, to show you what. So here's a close-up of what those Japanese spurges, I'm trying to remember the name, look like. And I was able to put them all around this side. So I'm thinking, because I know I'm going to take a trip to Lowe's, I'll probably get more to go around that side. And then I think it will be, when it all fills in, it'll be like a nice patch of everything filling in. And then we sat the Jacob slider over there. We tagged the columbine. And here are the little places that I put the sedum. Those little branches that fell off of that big one. Here's a big one. That's what the big one is looking like in that spot. And I hope it just fills in, like all of these fill in. If these don't come back, I'm going to, they're like called like coral sedum or something like that. But if they don't come back, I'm going to get more of these and can just keep filling it in. I also use the lamium, as you can see, to fill in. But these little patches will grow into something. We also put a few here. As long as your sedum touched the ground, it should be fine. So, okay, let's go get the yarrow in the ground. So, yep, we're back at the hill garden. Back at the hill garden. Y'all, I'm still not sold on keeping this astilbe here. That astilbe doesn't seem happy. It seems happy, but it has some sad parts too. So we're gonna get this pink yarrow. I can't wait for this to bloom. So we have the astilbe here. We have a peony here. We have yellow yarrow up here. So I'm thinking the pink yarrow will do good, because once the yarrow starts coming up, the peony will be gone. We also have baptisia right here. So the yarrow can either go here or here. I think I want it up here. I think I do. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it right up here. And I'm gonna push it far back to the wall. Thank God for easy digging soil. I'm gonna keep it up here. Yarrow likes heat. It likes. And oh, there was nothing hardly in there. I think it will be fine though. Oh boy, this is so bad. Oh my gosh, this is so. It's not that bad, but it's a clearance plant. What did I expect? It's fine. Make sure we water this bad boy in. And just like that, I'll grab my pruners later and come back and I'll come back in and prune that off. Gonna go ahead and water that in. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for your time. The sun has come out. I try to get out here early this morning, but as you can see, this is why I'm thinking about moving out of Stilby. Over here, the sun is hardcore. So I'm gonna keep watching it and see what I'm gonna do in the fall, if I'm gonna take it out. But everything else is looking great. I love what we did in the shade garden today. So as always, thank you. And now I have to go handle my dog, because let me show you all this. He's doing something that, and he knows I'm talking about him, because this is the girl dog, because she literally just look, she dug a hole in the yard. Cuddy, what's that? No. I know she wants to stay cool. It's hot out here, I told y'all. So with that, I'm going to just end this video. Thank you all so much for tuning in to, thank you all so much for tuning in. Can you all see me for tuning in to my videos here at PoweFolk Living? Thank you so much for engaging with me. I love reading all the comments, the ones that I get. Thank you so much. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Get in your garden and be blessed. Bye.